question, Steve?
Coach, offensively, one of the best nights you've had, I think this year. It seemed like you had all the horses pulling. I mean, how would you kind of describe tonight's offensive performance?
That's a good statement because we haven't had always the guys at the front were really pulling. Man, those first four or five guys, and everybody had big at bats, but man, just some big swings. Obviously, Hunter, Amani with a great night. But a lot of guys just had great at bats. We felt like we really had to grind them out. I think Doug did a great job of preparing them because their guy is that 4 to 6 inning guy. If you can get him out of there in the fourth or fifth, you got a chance, and that's what happened tonight.
Robbie?
Cal really had to gut through that fifth and got you through that inning, and then Gavin came in and pitched really well this last two. What do you think you're pitching through 7 innings today?
I thought Cal was great for 4. The thing about Cal, and I could be wrong, and he'll probably tell me I'm wrong, but he's pitched in so many tight games, he's never been able to sit back in the dugout and take a deep breath. And it's almost like you lose your focus a little bit. He came out, they got a couple of hits and got it going. Didn't get a couple close pitches, but he locks back in and finishes out the inning. And I think that's huge. You could let that inning blow up, and next thing you know, we're still playing 2 more innings, and you're dogfighting and putting your good bullpen out there. And he's just a tough kid. He kind of got it back under him. And I thought Gavin was great. Gavin hadn't been out there as much in a while, and he's got good stuff, so it's good to see him back out there.
The pitch count wasn't too high after 4 innings. Did you feel like that long inning kind of got to him sitting in the dugout?
A lot of stress. Sometimes, some weeks we run him back out there at 95, but the stress of that inning I thought got him. And with the lead like that, I didn't want to leave our horse out there.
Benjamin?
Been an interesting few weeks there for Amani. Been going through a slump, moved out of the defensive orientation. For him to just, what's he been like just the last few weeks going through all of this? Obviously, he was rewarded with a big night here.
Yeah, big night. Is a great kid. Not one time has he put his head down or acted like a wimp or been, he works. He actually works too hard. Like this kid lives the game, dies the game, and he's such a great player. We've all seen it. But it's been a little funky for a couple of weeks for him, but it's good to see him have a good night and get rewarded for all his hard work.
Steph?
DJ has 3 runs the other day and reaches base 3 times again today. I guess what have you seen from him this week that maybe we didn't see in that series at Vandy? You know what,
I thought he was great Wednesday night. I mean, and it's seeing the ball. Even tonight he had a couple, the big walk. And I thought he was really good again tonight too. He just slowed it down a little bit. He stayed in his legs. I know we talk about that with him all the time. You'll see him jump, he's just trying to do too much usually. And what's funny is he has to do less than everybody else. Usually, if he just touches it, it goes a mile. But I thought he's seen the ball really good this week.
How much does that help too with the way Hunter's been playing? I mean, we saw teams early in the year just pitching around DJ. How tough does it make it when Hunter's playing like that to give DJ some opportunities as well?
We're really hard to beat when Hunter Hines plays like that, and those guys all start kicking in. I mean, you look at the big games Hunter's had this year. When he hits like that, we win. The Vanderbilts, the A&M, the LSU. He just shows you how talented he is. One of our Logan Kohler had asked me, Coach, man, he is on fire. I said, you just haven't seen it this year because last 2 years that's pretty much what he's been. It's fun because he's got a smile on his face. He made a great defensive play, but it's fun to see him, back to his normal self a little bit.
Steve?
Speaking of defense, in the weekend, 4th in the country in fielding percentage, and you're making diving stops out there. It's Hunter, it's William and Rashawn. What kind of confidence does this defense have now to get people out?
What's funny is I don't even know they don't even talk about it because I think it's just expected. They just run out there and it's very clean. And when we don't make a play, I'm yelling at Logan Kohler when he dove and rolled, and I expect them to make every play now, but they they've just been very steady, very consistent. So it's really not talked about a lot. It's just kind of like the standard right now.
Jack?
That stretch for Hunter, I think all 5 of these home runs have been off left-handed pitching.
Right?
Is there anything different he's doing, or is it kind of surprising to see him?
He didn't hit lefties all year, but his first 2 years he hit lefty. His power came off lefties more than anybody. And so it's been a little strange for us, and now he's starting to do what he's done in the past. So I just think he's in a really good spot with his swing right now and seeing the ball. And it was. Those 2 homers tonight. That guy they threw was really good. He's pitched the last 6 weeks in the SEC, and he has competed with everybody, the best in the country. I think they had 1 in the country coming there 2 weeks in a row, and he pitched great against them. So Hunter the at-bats Hunter had, that was really impressive.
Steve.
Bryce Chance, toughest guy in the SEC to strike out right now statistically. You moved him up to lead off, and last weekend you kind of had a tough luck weekend. How comfortable are you with him now in the leadoff spot, and to see him have a night like tonight?
That's been a big question in our office lately. And I'm glad you said tough luck, because he did have like 5 or 6 at-bats last week where he hit a ball in the nose and gave us the best thing about Bryce, he doesn't strike out because he doesn't swing and miss. Sometimes that's not good for your leadoff, because he'll give you if he gets a slider on 1-0, he's putting that ball in play. So we've debated it, but like I always tell Go, when you got a lineup that's working and you're winning, I have a hard time going away from it. Some people constantly change it. Y'all been here long enough. I don't change it too often. I feel like guys get comfortable, and if we're playing good baseball, I feel like guys will pick each other up.
Robbie.
I feel like we talk about Ethan a lot in here, but has the mature approach at the plate in the 6th or 7th when he had the sac fly. I mean, how well do you feel like he's taking advantage of this opportunity you've given him to get in the lineup and do it on both sides too? Because he hadn't made a lot of mistakes on defense either.
No, he made a great play tonight too out there for Gavin. He's doing great. I mean, he's a good player. He's a freshman. He doesn't play like a freshman. You don't feel like you got a freshman up there. He's just very mature. The moments don't bother him. He's a really, really hard-working kid. But he just comes prepared every day, ready to go, and he's just in the moments. And that's the hardest part about freshmen is that they just get a little sped up. They want to do too much. They want to stay in the lineup. He hasn't shown any of that. He's just out there competing.
Benjamin.
Yeah, I guess following up on Ethan, when did you feel like, hey, this is the right time to get him in and start getting him some regular playing time, and he's taken that job and run with it?
Well, I think it's probably more of our staff. I mean, I was into it too, but we just, we debated it here and there. We're just looking for an extra bat. And we haven't really, this is a big score tonight, but we haven't had many of these all year. Even on our midweeks, it's 6-4. It's, I haven't had a chance to play my freshman probably as much, and so we hadn't had a chance to see him. But in the fall, in spring training, he just always put together good at bats, and he needed an opportunity. I went 1 week. I had a freshman per week almost getting those at bats in SEC play, and I just felt like he deserved that opportunity, and he took it and ran with it.
Steph.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, I guess what kind of went into the decision to go back to Durangelo on Saturday instead of Sunday?
I just think you're going to have to do it this week or next. And he had a good pin this week, felt good because the Thursday, Friday, Saturday's coming. The conference tournament's coming. So you kind of have to put him in a spot. You're thinking regionals or whatever. You don't want him sitting back on that backside because it's really hard to move him up then. So we felt like we had to do it this week or next. Being that we were at home, we felt like it was better to move him up on the week that he was at home. So, he'll be okay. He's a vibrant kid, and so, but that's it. We did have a little thought process into it.
All right.